Previously on Unranked. I was going to ask about what your Summer Games Fest week looks like. I was going to say, like, when should we meet up? And I'm realizing that you're going to want me to come to wherever you are the first day you're there because I'm going to have your Switch.
Well, the hope is that I can go, like, the Nintendo store here has a midnight launch and I can secure one before the flight.
Sure.
But
yeah,
I'm currently in limbo about that, but so
yeah,
this is like really the only guarantee.
I feel like you would need to be in that line pretty early, Tom.
They usually have like media access to like Tis the Kingdom. Tis the Kingdom. They had that was when they were like, come just watch them shoot.
Tom's gonna walk in and be like, do you know who I am? Hello and welcome to the Unranked podcast. It is the 483rd episode of the show. This is Christian Humes, and right next to me we have the one, the only, the man in disguise. That's Tuna Marinello.
Hello.
What's with the shades?
I don't know. I found them.
We've been watching too much Cops.
They do look like cop shades.
But they do.
They do.
They do. I gotta say, the wraparound look coming back, not good. Not good.
Oh, I think I look pretty good. So Tom in that previously on rubbing his eyes a whole lot. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I think we should go right in. I think we should go right into it. Get right into what is the Switch status? Tom has a Switch.
Yeah.
You have a Switch.
Yeah.
I do not have a Switch.
Yeah.
So I got my pre-order through Target, and after research online about Target, I came to find out that they do not ship their pre-orders until launch day. They don't pre-ship. So fuck you, Target, and go fuck yourself, piece of shit company. And then I actually got them on something. And right now my Switch is in Tennessee.
Okay.
According to UPS, it's in Tennessee. But what I will tell you is that it appears, as of right now, I have gotten my Switch for free. And I will tell you why. Because yesterday I got an alert, all right? Target said, hey, you got something coming your way. And I'm like, oh shit, this is awesome. Okay, so I go check the website. It says payment processed, and it says label created, right? Then I get an alert on my phone saying that the credit card declined it. So I was like, oh no. So then I'm thinking, where's the email from Target saying your payment didn't go through? So the first thing I do is call my bank, and or the credit card company, and I'm so this got denied, and she was like, yeah, we denied it. We'll open it back up whenever you're ready. You can redo the transaction. So I'm like, okay. So I call up Target, and I say, hey, I got an alert that my credit card was declined. I just want to make sure everything's good. I have my credit card ready to give you. And she goes, no, the payment went through. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm thinking that I'm going to get an email later that it didn't go through, right? Because it still is label created. It's not actually, Then it says that UPS has it. It's in Alabama. Then they went to Tennessee, and there's no charge.
Could this be like a charge on delivery situation, though?
It could be. It could. Hey, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, as of right now, it was charged, declined, not recharged. I called the credit card company again, and they said no, there's no other charge.
Have you? I mean, that's amazing.
That would be incredible if I end up getting this thing and there's no charge.
Have you considered going to Target and picking up a new Switch? Because you could probably just walk in and buy one.
So I did think of that.
And then you can just return the one that you get sent to you for free. And then you can be playing Mario Kart all weekend.
Well, it might be coming. I mean, you're thinking all weekend.
Well, no, you return the one you got for free to the place where you bought the one with money, so you still get a free Switch.
Right. The other problem is that I don't know how much time I would have this weekend anyway to play because we have uh well, Britt has a bridal party, so I'm taking the child to my mom's house to
You
hang
and the
out and
kid
play.
play Mario Kart.
No, I try no, no. And then there's birthday part. So I don't know how much time I'd have anyway,
Yeah,
but you know,
yeah,
so there's the story. You guys have been playing though.
yeah. We have. We'll get to it. Let's start out with you know
Oh right, the pokes.
today's Pokemon. Today we have quite the Pokemon Tuna. I don't know if you're
What
aware
number
of
is this?
this.
483?
483. It is
Oh
a
shit.
box art legendary.
Oh my God.
We are at the end of the line here, Tuna.
I'm done
We
with this.
have, I think we have literally a dozen episodes left on this.
Until the end of
Maybe
the
not even
podcast?
until the end of this season. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
And
the
then
season or the arc?
seasons are games.
Okay.
Sagas are years.
Sagas, sorry, not sagas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Series are
So
hundreds.
Dialga. Dialga.
Yep.
Wait,
That's you
evolve.
said it correctly. Sorry.
Did I?
You said it correctly. I'm so sorry. We were off to a bad start.
Dialga.
Sure.
There's really no other way to Dialga?
Yeah.
Nah. Dialga. Nah, whatever. So it's a temporal Pokemon. I like
It
this
is.
Pokemon a lot. I think
Yeah.
it's cool. I think it's a cool design.
Yeah. I mean, so the
I like it.
legendaries from this generation are time and space, which
Correct. Time and
is
space.
pretty great. And then, of course, there's more. This one has a
Mhm.
lot because this is the game where they put in a lot of the like heavy lore for like
Mhm.
the creation of the universe. Like we're gonna get Arceus,
Mhm.
you know, like the literal god Pokemon in this gen. But yeah, there's the time and space Pokemon, which are the legendaries. If you got one game, you got one. If you got the other, you got the other. So temporal Pokemon, this is the time Pokemon essentially.
Right.
Um,
Let me tell you something. The origin for this bad boy in the trivia section is long.
but good.
Really long.
Let me just describe what it looks like, and then you can tell me about it. Because there's probably some cool stuff. It's a dark blue sauropod-like Pokemon. Yeah, definitely kind of looks like a sauropod. A little bit of a
Mhm.
long neck, with
Mhm.
gray metallic portions, light blue stripes. Has a chest plate on its torso, which has a deep blue diamond crystal embedded in the center. Dialga has a five-spiked fin-like structure on its back, similar to a gear. Three spines on its back near its neck, and a crest on its head resembling a dinosaur. The crest somewhat resembles the shape of a sundial's rod. I mean, they kind of did something cool here where it feels like someone was like, well, this Pokemon predates existence because existence exists, you know, partially because of this Pokemon. So we
Mm.
wanted to still have some sort of an animal-like design, but then they were
Right.
like, let's also go space. Let's go celestial with this
Sure.
bad boy, right? And it's
Sure.
got a sort of sci-fi otherworldly essence to it, which I think oftentimes can make things look too over designed. But I think because of what this Pokemon is, I'm like, it works.
Hmm.
But if this was just a Pokemon, I would be like, it's too messy. But because of what this Pokemon is, and it's also
Mm.
massive, it's like huge. So it would
Right.
look a lot less busy when you consider its scale. Like when it's
How
like
huge is this
big,
Pokemon actually,
it's it's a it's a
according to the
big
game?
17 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a
I mean, yeah, he could
it's
just
a
step on
dinosaur.
some Pokemon.
Yeah. And if you think about that, right, the design feels a lot less busy when it's that big.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm reading something. While it is not
all right, let's hear
known
about it.
to evolve into or from any other Pokemon, it can transform into a second form called its origin forme. I mean, I'm just saying forme because there's an E on the end, while holding an adamant crystal.
Hmm.
What is that? I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever done that in a game where I've had it transform into something else.
Um, well, I mean, like megas.
No, I'm saying this Pokemon specifically. I don't know that I've ever done that in the game.
You can let's see, you can do it in Arceus
No, didn't. I don't think I did it.
and you can do it in Scarlet and Violet. I think that was actually added in Arceus.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Dialga may be based on the Shinto legend of Izanami and Izanagi, who are said to have created one island with a spear, erected a pillar on it, and from there created the islands of Japan. The turquoise pattern on its body is vaguely reminiscent of clock hands, where the ends of the clock hands are diamond shaped. Um, the name origin, it may be derived from a diamond. It may also involve dia, Spanish for day, referring to the unit of time, or dial, of clock dial, sundial. There
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, that makes sense.
All that makes sense. Yeah.
So Dialga would
Mm.
be correct. Ooh, turn that.
Dialga. Dialga.
Dialga.
Dialga. All
Um,
right.
here's something you should know, Tuna.
What's that?
1,500 pounds. It's a big boy.
Wow.
Big boy.
Yeah, it's fatty.
Also, it's a legendary, quite strong. Very, very strong poke.
Mm.
I'm just trying to see which game is this one in.
What are you talking about?
This is Pokemon Diamond. Okay. So if you get Diamond, you get Dialga. If you get Pearl, you get uh Palkia, which is the other one.
Ugh.
I was just curious
Ugh.
which you get, you know?
It's now my Switch is in Illinois.
I mean,
Ugh.
isn't that better?
I mean, it's they just took it north. Why'd they take it north?
What's the
Target,
delivery
you
day?
fucking suck. It's Tuesday, June 10th is the
Dude,
delivery day,
go,
which is insane
just
to me.
go pick one
Like,
up.
how do you not it's like it's in Tennessee. How do you not get it on a
I
plane
don't
for
know.
New York?
I don't know.
Like, it's in Tennessee, get it on the plane to New York. Like,
I
what the
hear you.
fuck is going on here?
I hear you.
Goes to Illinois? Like, you guys suck, Target. I guess I should just be happy that I have one, but if I could just go get one,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe I'll just do
I
that.
know. I could have apparently
Just
just
stupid.
walked in and got one, which is what Matt did.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Let's wrap up this Pokemon. Let me
All right.
oh, I didn't look at shiny form. Man, can you imagine actually getting a shiny of like the legendary? Like the odds of that are so
Do you think
infinitesimal.
people actually like buy it? Like would buy it off you to trade?
I mean, I bet in the past, but now there's so many like faked Pokemon, like people just hack the
Mm,
games and then I'm fine with the shiny. I think in some ways because it's like of the Pokemon it shouldn't be too different
mm-hmm.
color wise. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it goes from like a light blue to sort of a blue green, like a sea foam. It's nice.
Right.
Doesn't super excite me. I like this base color better. Um, I'm gonna read the Legends Arceus. This Pokemon is revered as a deity in Huisin legend. The birth of Dialga was what caused the vast river of time to begin flowing in our world.
Mm,
It's pretty cool.
mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm curious what the original. I'm gonna go back to the original game, Pokemon Diamond. It has the
Okay.
power to control time. It appears in the Sinnoh region myths as an ancient deity. Very,
Mm,
very like straightforward text on
mm-hmm.
that in the original. A little less story flavor. That's why I do like the newer ones where they are a little bit more descriptive and fun with the way they talk about these Pokemon. All right, this has to be towards the top of the list. It's an like this is the Pokemon that you oftentimes will decide which game you're picking up because that's the Pokemon you want on your team. It's a oh, we didn't mention this. It's a steel dragon type, which is
Oh.
pretty good. That is a strong typing.
Mm.
Whereas
Yeah.
its
Yeah.
its alternative is water dragon. So they're both dragon types. I mean, hey, anytime you throw out a legendary dragon, it's like, okay, we're not fucking around. I mean, I think this at minimum,
Mm-hmm.
man. I mean, at the lowest it could go, I think, is the new number 8. Like it's got to at least be above
Yeah, no,
Roserade.
that's fine. That's fine.
But I don't know, does it go higher?
Uh, Man, no. I think we're good. I think it's good.
Because you like Riolu better?
I mean, oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
don't?
No, I do. You know what's fucking me up though? I
What's
don't
that?
think Infernape's better than Riolu, but we're gonna mess with the list
Yeah, we're gonna
later.
mess with the list at the
We're gonna
end.
mess with the list
This
later.
is our first
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
It's our
Yeah.
first go.
Okay. The
All
new
right.
number 8, Dialga.
Okay.
There it is. All right. So yeah, so my Switch got delayed from Walmart.
Right.
Um, and then Tom could not get into the Nintendo store, but decided to go hang out with his friend at Best Buy, who went to a
Yeah.
midnight launch, ended up snagging one for himself. So then the Switch that was coming to me, for Tom, became my Nintendo Switch. So I
Yeah.
got a launch day Switch. I have it
Very
right
nice.
here.
Looks good. Looks good.
All right, you want to see this sooner?
Okay. I'm watching. Oh yes, that does look very nice.
And then you just
Yeah, it does look
magnet just
very nice.
grabs it. It is
Yeah,
strong. It is not like you
like
can't
a
just pull it
flimsy
out. You
little.
have to press this button. And actually, if you press the button, you'll see here,
I say
and that like releases the magnet.
magnet. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's great. I think the screen quality's fine. It's not obviously the OLED, so the color isn't quite as rich, and it doesn't have like, true local dimming like OLED does, where the individual pixels can get dark.
Mm.
Um, so like handheld, obviously the screen quality is going to be a little bit lower, but if they had made it OLED, this would probably be a $600 Switch. So,
Mm.
that's probably why. The controllers a bit bigger than before, a little bit bigger, a little
A
bit more
little bit big.
comfortable.
Yeah, it looks a little
Yeah.
bigger. Yeah,
The
yeah. Does
D-pad
it
is a
come
little
with a
bit more
pro? It doesn't
spaced
come
out.
with a pro controller, does it?
Doesn't come with a pro controller, but I think this always works fairly fine. Like
Mm.
this is a fine controller. I did order the new pro controller. Um,
Okay.
Not a big difference, obviously, between the
Does
previous
my
pro
old pro
controller.
controller work with the new
It does, but
Switch?
it doesn't have the game chat button.
All right.
Which we're gonna do game chat. So you'll probably have to like have one of your Joy Cons next to you to launch game chat and then use your pro
Right.
controller.
I mean,
But
I've been doing that on Nintendo for the last, you know,
the thing it
switching
does
on.
have, the new one, is it has the new back buttons. It has, and they're not
Oh,
paddles, they're actual buttons on the grip, and you can make
got
them,
it.
there's one on each grip, and you can, make it
Yeah.
whichever button you want. So I
Right.
did order one. Costco, actually, I think the deal is probably still going. It's $10 cheaper on Costco.
Did you
Mine is
get
actually being delivered today.
did you get a GameCube controller?
I did. It has not delivered yet. It is shipped.
What?
Yeah.
I got my GameCube. I got my
Um,
GameCube Switch 2 controller on launch day.
yeah.
Thanks a lot, Nintendo. So,
I mean,
but wait, can you
I have a
can you
GameCube
use the
controller already,
GameCube?
but I'm gonna get the
Yeah,
official Nintendo
yeah.
new one.
Well, the GameCube controller I had isn't really it's back. It's like a real GameCube controller back
Yeah,
from
yeah.
before the Switch ever came out. It was the one that you plugged it. Yeah, it was the one
I
that you
thought you got
plugged,
it for Brawl. No, no, for Smash 4.
which is not.
Oh
No,
yeah, but it was a real GameCube. Okay.
it wasn't for Switch, which
You're
is
right. It
why it
wasn't.
doesn't
It
have
was
the
for
home
Wii U.
button, which is why anything I needed to do that had to do
Right.
with the Switch, like it
Right.
didn't really work because it just had a start button on it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the black controller though. That's nice. Now you'll have a backup too,
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, but this one is good because it has all the good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited for my Pro controller to come today because as much
yeah.
as this is fun, it still just isn't as comfortable as a real controller. Like
No,
it's just not. It's
no.
not.
Well, can you use the GameCube controller with it or no?
I mean, I can, but like,
Oh, all right. I don't know. Just saying. Because I was debating
I
whether or not, but I was just realized, oh, I could just use, I was going to say, oh, I could use my GameCube controller, but I can just use my Pro controller
you can. Yeah. Yeah. You
for now
absolutely can.
while I play. So, well, yeah, when I play in a month after this thing comes, after it visits every state in the country
Yeah.
before it gets here.
We do. So if yours comes Tuesday, I'm gonna look online for you because I know that you won't.
What?
And I will send you webcam options
Okay. All right.
because we got to do the game chat. It looks awesome.
What do you mean we got to do the game chat? Can we do game chat without the camera? What do you mean no?
I didn't say no. I
What you
just
were
don't.
thinking?
Probably. I'm
There's got to
guessing. But I
be.
want the camera
Why do you want this camera? Why do you want to
because,
see me lounging on the couch while I
well, I'm
play
not going to see the
Mario?
couch. You can do the cutout, so I'll just see you. But the bigger thing is while we're playing, it does the cutout of your face and puts it above your characters while we're driving around. Like you get hit, I'll see you go like this.
But what if I'm sitting like you know where my couch is? Like what if like I'm sitting pretty what if I'm lounging? What if I'm just laying down? Like Mario ugh.
It'll also
Mario
be
Kart's
funnier.
like
Your
not a
face will be
game.
like sideways.
Mario Kart's like, well, actually sometimes Mario Kart is a game where you got to get up and lean forward. But
Dude,
like
the new Knockout Tour. Okay, so I have some thoughts. Should we just go right into it and then we can talk
yeah,
about
I
other
mean
things that have been
I'm
announced?
just gonna listen to you
Yeah.
since I don't
We're
have
we're recording this day of. If you're listening to this now, if you're listening to it on Friday, or
it's
over the
June
week.
6th.
Yeah, it's June 6th. It's unfortunately, I thought I thought Summer Games Fest like today started earlier. It starts late. So we're doing this before SGF announcements. There's going to be announcements we don't know about, but we'll talk about some of the state of play and other things that have been announced so far.
Mhm.
But not as much as like you know of at this point.
Right.
So I've
Oops.
been playing. Tuna doesn't have it, as you heard. I spent a while yesterday getting it set up, like just downloading everything, moving like everything over from the Switch One. Um, I downloaded everything. I got the 512 card. Walmart has a 512 gigabyte card for $65, which is oftentimes cheaper.
I told you
Like,
I couldn't. I went on to look for it. It's
yeah.
not
Did you
available for me.
order a 256 or are you just gonna wait till it's in stock? Because you
I
probably
asked how much does this how much does the Switch 2 have?
256.
So why would I buy a 256?
Well, because that would add another 256.
Oh, there's an empty slot,
So it's
you mean?
built in. It's like your Xbox or like whatever, it's built in and then you can add
I can
memory. You can
slide in a
stick
memory.
in, yeah. So it's
Okay,
got
so you can get 7 whatever.
yeah, so you can get oh yeah, exactly. You'll have as much space as basically came on your PS5 if you get a 512. That's why I'm
Right.
like, look, right now you can buy a 256. Most of the time they're around $60, but Walmart has it
Mm.
for 35. So that's
Hmm.
actually like great if you want to manage your data eventually, depending on how many
768.
games you want. I'm like, I want the 512. With 512, it's going to be probably years. It's going to be a very long time before I have to delete anything from my Switch. And I'll be able to
Mm.
just have every game on there. And there's a lot of
I'm
Nintendo games that I might want to just, like, if they are available, I would open them up and play them. But if I have to download it,
Is it a micro SD card? Is that what I'm looking
it's
for here?
micro SD EX. It's a very specific one. It's
EX.
brand new. There's very few options for them. There's very few options. They're probably just sold out. I'm sure there'll be more in a week, you know?
Yeah, I
Like
don't
you
need to. Yeah, it's out
I
of
would just
stock.
wait. I would just
It's out of
wait till
stock.
it's in stock and get that one because
Yeah.
it's so much cheaper. There is a terabyte version. It's $200, which is stupid. Just don't buy that. Don't buy
Wait,
that. Just wait.
what's the difference between a EX and one that is not EX?
It won't, it's not fast enough.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it won't be able to run the games. Um,
All right. Yeah, I'll just wait till it's back. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna
no, you just
crash out
you
the
don't need to
Switch.
download all your fucking games right away. Just wait, and then you can download all
I
your
have a lot of
backlog
I still
games.
have a lot of physical games. Like both Zeldas were physical for me.
Yeah.
The Mario Kart 8 is physical.
That being said, for both of those Zelda games, if you want to play them, you're gonna want to download the Switch 2 version. So you'll still need to put the card in to
Mm,
play the Switch 2 version.
mhm.
Do you have the Nintendo Switch expansion pass? Like the
Yeah.
online? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
great.
yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
have the expansion pass, kind of like how we got all those Mario Kart tracks for free, the
Right.
Zelda games are included with that as well, the upgrades. You don't have to pay the $10 upgrades for the Switch 2 versions. So you'll get those for free. But I was like, oh, let me check out the tiers thing. And it even like obviously I had to download the whole game, but same with Breath of the Wild. Even though I have Breath of the Wild, it's one of the only like three carts I have. Actually two. I have Breath of the Wild and I have what is it? Mario Kart 8. Those are the
Mm,
only two carts I have.
mm.
Uh you can't do
Are
Breath
you
of the
gonna
Wild. Like I have to put the card in, but I still have to download the full game to my Switch.
what are you gonna do with your Switch? Sell it? Get rid
It's
of it?
Teresa's Switch now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking what you said. I might keep it just to see if the kid wants to play some stuff on it as she gets older,
Yeah.
'cause she's getting way more dexterous.
Dude, in like 2 years, she'll be able to like play. And there's so many like older games and like kid games and stuff on there. Like,
Hmm.
let it get beat to hell. Like for the $100 you're gonna get for it, Just let
Yeah.
it. You may as well, right? And this is good
Yeah,
because now
but
Therese can play Stardew
yeah,
Valley, and I can still play on my Switch.
there you go. There it is.
I mean, she's gonna mess it up. You're gonna have to get like another Joy-Cons for it and stuff. But you know what? You just buy the third-party Joy-Cons. Don't buy the
Yeah.
Nintendo Joy-Cons. You buy
Yeah.
the third-party
Mm-hmm.
ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when she gets them gross, they're cheap.
Do you have any other thoughts on the Switch so far?
The hardware,
Oh.
I mean, it feels nice. The plastic,
Oh,
like
okay.
it feels sturdier, it feels stronger. It doesn't like flex. Like you know how you could kind of like flex the controllers.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, this doesn't feel cheap in the way that kind of like the OLED felt a lot more sturdy than the original Switch. This
Mm-hmm.
feels like yet another step up. It's sort of like a matte plastic finish too, which I think is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the stand is great. You get, it has just as
All
much
right.
coverage as the other stand without actually being the whole giant backing of it. This is where you put the SD card in.
I see.
Um, haven't had a chance to try the game chat out. I wanted to do it with Matt. He doesn't open a webcam, so he has to go get one. Um,
Okay.
I do want to talk about Mario Kart.
All right, hit it.
Okay, so I get Mario Kart. I love it. I
Uh-oh.
think it's fun
Oh
when you play
no.
with friends. No, no, no. This is a general Mario Kart conversation.
Okay.
But in the past, like when a new Mario Kart game would come out, I'd play it for a little bit on my own, but unless I was playing with friends, I never played that game.
Okay.
Like
Can
that
I
was what
make a
that game
comment?
was for me.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
So, because Donkey Kong wasn't coming out for a bit,
Yeah.
like a month or so, right? When the Switch went on pre-order, it was the first time during that pre-order like process where I was kind of like, all right, like if I don't get it, like Mario Kart to me is I felt the same way as you. I was kind of like Mario Kart is good. I'm not like jonesing
It's not
to
like it's
play.
Smash or
Right, it's
Zelda.
not like it's Smash or Zelda or a new Mario. It's just Mario Kart. And if I didn't get the Switch on that pre-order night because that pre-order night was awful, I was kind of like convincing myself, like, all right, I can wait the 2 months for it to restock or whatever it is to get Donkey Kong and I'll be fine. But go ahead with your Mario Kart
Well, I
world.
think they've
They've tried to pull you in on the single player.
well, when it comes to multiplayer games, it's the one place where Nintendo actually is like I think a little cowardly in their design, right?
Okay.
Like when you think about Nintendo, right? They
Yeah.
aren't we're putting out a new Mario game like Call of Duty every year. We're putting out a new Zelda like every other, right? You get
Right.
one a generation generally, twice if we're lucky. Like if we're
Yeah.
lucky, we get, and it's because typically they are like, well, we're not making another of the same game. We're going to do
Mm-hmm.
something different every
Mm-hmm.
single time.
Mm-hmm.
Except in multiplayer, Mario Party's the same thing every time. Mario Kart's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing every time. Super Smash Brothers is the same thing every time. And I
Mm-hmm.
think because we got the ultimate package of what Mario Kart was with Mario Kart 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got 96 courses in the fucking game, right? You
Right.
could not ask for more out of that video game.
Right.
This game is such a significant departure of what Mario Kart was in a way that
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping we're getting the same treatment on Super Smash Brothers, and I hope we're getting the same treatment eventually on Mario Party. I want them to,
Mm-hmm.
this is their chance, right? They've given us, like, we have a Mario Party collection that has all the best old Mario Party games, also Mario Party, like, all Superstars. We have Smash Ultimate. It is the ultimate version of Smash. Now, especially with backwards compatibility, they're like, hey, you want the old Mario Kart? Here it is. You have it. You have every fucking level that's like ever been made. You can go play that game. We're not doing that this time. We're doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited by it because in Mario Kart 8, my favorite course, and there were like only two of them, I think, maybe three, were the point-to-point races where you
Yeah.
go, and that's this
I
entire
do
game.
like
It's all point-to-point racing.
it's
It is
all
not,
point to
it's all
point.
point-to-point racing. I think in versus
What?
mode, you can do laps, but it's essentially because you're always going from one course to the next. You're not
Yeah.
just doing loops and loops and loops. Like the
Right.
laps themselves are more like checkpoints. There's some
Okay.
areas where you're coming around, but it really is like point to point to point racing, even in Grand Prix. It's
Wow.
that's a
That's huge.
big that's like
That's a big departure from the ellipse 7 lap one that was in Double Dash.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
just a
yeah.
really small seven
Baby
lap one.
Park. Well, also,
Baby,
by the
yeah.
way, one of my favorite courses because it's so stupid. Uh,
But I did like, I will say, I do like the point to point because I like the Wario one where you're going down the ski slope. That one was really cool.
it's so much more dynamic. You're not doing the same thing over and over and over again,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
again, there are races and laps where you are repeating sections, but it
Hmm.
it feels very different because of the way they designed this. Um,
Okay.
Grand Prix has been fun. I haven't played through all of them yet. I played through, I think, maybe six of the Grand Prix so far. So I played most of them. I haven't seen Rainbow Road yet. People say it's incredible. So I have to find it. I think I have to unlock it. Like I have to finish the other
Hmm.
Grand Prix and then maybe it'll be unlocked. Or I don't know
Hmm.
if I have to access it through the free roam or through, I don't know. I don't actually know yet because it's not listed, at least from where I saw.
Hmm.
Um, Knockout Tour is the
What is
Battle
that?
Royale style one
Okay.
where it's 24 racers and it's
Hmm.
you go, it starts with 24 races. And when you finish the first one, right? When you get to you know, the end of the race,
Yeah.
only the top 20 move on.
Oh, okay.
The
This is
bottom
cool.
four are knocked out. But here's the thing about knockout tours,
What?
you keep driving and you drive to the next map.
I mean, that's
So
kind of, you don't
you
think,
drive onto the course and then it just
yeah.
starts.
I mean, that's kind of cool. That makes it, I guess, like a little more, I'm going to use the word realistic, but practical, I guess.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
cannonball run. The cannonball run's the drive across the United States as fast as you can. Like that's
Yeah.
what this is. And because that's why they made this open world is there's just all these different circuits that connect the different maps and you're just going from one point to the next. And then it's top 20 in the first race, then top 16, then top 12, top and then you get down, you're at your final four, right? And it's just
Hmm.
the last four people racing complete and win the game. So it's cool. There's never been
I
anything
like
like
it.
it.
Nothing like it.
No. It
All right.
it's really fun. And I'll say I spent way too much time fucking around in free mode. Way too much time fucking around in free mode.
I'll go. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
The
If
free
my
mode,
Switch wasn't in Illinois.
yeah. It feels a little bit like an afterthought.
Oh,
Not
okay.
as a bad thing, but it
Oh,
definitely feels like, oh, the free mode came about because for them to do Knockout Tour, they
yeah.
had to build an open world.
Right.
Right? And so
Right.
then they were like, well, let's let people explore and let's put things in that world. But it's not like it is Breath of the Wild, right? Because like when
Hmm.
you're on the main page, there's not like you just go to the map and you could just launch anywhere on the map and you go. But there's not like a real checklist of stuff. Like they have the little P blocks little P switches everywhere. You hit the P switch and then it launches a challenge for you. Like go through all the rings fast enough, enter this circuit, collect the coins, stuff like that. Um, so far they're really fun. I've only had one or two that I found a little bit challenging, but apparently there's tons of them. So I don't even. But it's surprising it doesn't actually track. Like there's no signifier of where all your P switches are, and I think that's because they wanted this to be more of like a sandbox. Like Nintendo's very good at almost making like toys, and it feels like you're just in like a playground for Mario Kart. Um,
Sounds good to me.
who's the little guy with like the knapsack? He's like purple and he Nabbit, the guy that like you run away from him.
Yeah.
There's Nabbits like around, and like if you spot
Oh,
one, he'll take off, and you got to try and chase him down and knock into him and get
okay.
grab the
Okay.
Nabbit.
Yeah.
Um, there's the like Yoshi and like food stands. And when you go to the food stand, if you use it, depending on your character and which food stand you're at, it'll change their appearance. I don't know if changing their cosmetics yet also changes their stats. I'm thinking it might, but I'm not sure. So I
Okay.
have to find that out. I have one grievance. I really only have one grievance with the game.
One grievance. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what characters are light, medium, heavy, super heavy, so ultra. I don't know. I
Oh.
had to look it up online. So I don't
Oh.
know. Like you can look at the stats of the cars. You can't look at the stats of the characters. There's no like there's no weight. I can't organize them by weight. I
Huh.
feels like someone just forgot,
Okay.
like to
Yeah,
put
sure.
that information there. But if you're
Hmm.
gonna have characters weight and size adjust, then I should know who does what.
Yeah.
Um, as a Yoshi man in the past, I got to tell you, for the first time ever, I'm playing as heavy characters
Hmm.
because there are wider tracks in this game because you fit 24 people on them.
Okay.
So now I'm able to play as a heavier character and get that higher top speed, and I'm hitting into things less because you kind of have more room to cruise around. There are definitely a lot of tight spaces in certain areas, but I'm finding I'm doing actually a lot better playing as like Donkey Kong and Pauline is in this game now.
Pauline. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
from from New
From
Donk City.
New Donk City. Yeah.
Yeah, Pauline's in this. So I'm playing as them, which I never used to play as the heavy characters. I know you're
Mm-hmm.
also a Yoshi man.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, big time.
you might find
Well, we'll see. There's a lot of characters. I'm assuming. I'm assuming there's tons.
there's a ton of characters. I like playing as the little hammer bro, but he's a little too light, I think. But I do like
Okay.
the hammer bro. Teresa's excited to play as the cow.
The
Um,
cow. Yeah.
the cow is great. The crab is great.
Mm-hmm.
I like the wiggler. The wiggler's cool. Yeah, I'm every time I'm playing, I'm unlocking stuff. Oh, so when you're playing the cup circuit, which it seems to be how you unlock like the Grand Prix. I don't know if you can do it in Knockout Tour, but at least in Grand Prix, that's where I'm unlocking my characters. I'm winning on gold, I'm unlocking a character. Every time I've played, it's like, oh, I was playing against Donkey Kong and he's been like getting second place. He beat me in one lap. It's like it's very
Hmm.
obvious the first place person. It's so far always been a character that I haven't had unlocked.
Okay.
And that's also the person that if I win, I've unlocked. Like
You
it
unlocked
happened
them.
every it was Donkey Kong, then it was Rosalina, then it was Birdo, then it was just one after the other. So it's like
Right.
they kind of front the character that you're unlocking as the
Mm-hmm.
best competitor that you're going to play against in the round, which is
Okay.
neat.
Yeah. Definitely.
Um yeah, you're going to love the collectibles. I think you're going to be a
Oh,
little
definitely.
annoyed that
Uh-oh.
there's nothing that tells you how many P switches you've gotten.
What?
But that's what I said. Remember, there's nothing because
Yeah.
I think they didn't intend it to be because it's not, there's plenty to do, but it is like a sandbox. It's not a narrative. There's no one like telling you, go
Right.
do that, right? Just, it's
Right.
just,
Right.
you're just in
Right.
an open sandbox. But there's also, question mark like block things that you can like land on to activate. Like there's switches. Those
I'm
are
sure they might add it,
tabulated. So those,
as like a quick update. It's like
that's what
just to
I'm
give you a
wondering.
little. Come on.
Yeah,
How do
'cause,
you not?
I have to imagine a lot of people agree with that, that they're like, well, I just want to know. Like, I want
Right.
to know because each course is almost treated like an area. So you can highlight the course on the map and it'll tell you like how many P switches and things you've gotten in that area.
Mm.
Um, so I don't, we'll see. But I've barely scratched the surface of like exploring the island and stuff like that. It's really cool. And I hope it does well enough that they give it the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe treatment and we get like DLC, you know, like they add a new
Hmm.
island or they can even add an instant zone, right? Like where it's like, all right, this is a new free roam area. It's like it's a
Right.
whole second world map. It's disconnected from the other one, but now you get this whole like that would be I mean, that would be sick. I would play even more of this. It's very good.
All right.
It's very good. And it makes me want them to really go for it now at Smash.
Okay.
It's such a
No,
risk, right?
Smash needs a total rehaul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a risk. The only thing I don't want though, right, is I don't want them to go too far.
Okay.
Because this still feels like Mario Kart, but obviously the point-to-point racing is a big change. I don't want them to be like, all right, Smash is now like you've got a health meter and you knock down that. Like
Oh yeah,
you've
yeah,
got to
yeah.
still keep it as a like knocking
Yeah.
people out of the zone, like a sumo wrestling style combat. But
Mm-hmm.
if they
Mm-hmm.
change up a lot more, then I'd also be just as happy with it. I want them to do it for Mario Party.
Well, we'll
I
see.
want I've got an idea, Tuna.
Okay.
Mario Party Pro,
Okay. Could have
right?
used all the other names.
We're gonna change up all the items.
Okay.
I already floated this idea to you. No
Okay.
more asynchronous turns. No more I
All right, you said
go.
this.
I want
Right.
everyone rolls at the same time. So
Uh-huh.
now we're all gonna move at the same time, and then they
Right.
can instance a bunch of new stuff. Like if we both land on the same space or something, we have to
Hmm.
have an instant one-on-one battle. And like
Okay.
whoever loses the battle, the winner can decide do they go forward or back a space. So you could fuck them. You
Oh.
could screw the
Oh.
loser over.
Hmm.
And then the other thing I want them to do is change up the games. Make the Mario Party games like the NES World Championship style stuff. Make
Oh.
them like actual, like
Hmm.
functional, versions of games. It doesn't
Right.
directly have to be that, but what if it was like we were racing through Mario 3D World map areas and
Hmm.
Mario Wonder and like what if we played like a small Mario golf hole and like stuff like take all the stuff from other Mario games and make
Right.
those little instances, make those the mini games instead.
I like it. Let's do it. Call them up.
That'd be
Get
great.
Nintendo on the phone.
That'd be great. We should talk about something we played this week. Elden Ring Nightreign. We haven't talked about Elden
Oh,
Ring
that's right.
Nightreign.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Elden
played it over the
Ring,
weekend and we played it
Nightreign.
during tea time. We got Tom
Yeah,
on
yeah,
during tea
yeah.
time to play Elden
Yeah.
Ring.
We have not gotten past the first boss. We've gotten close,
Yes.
but we haven't played that much.
No.
We only had 2 sessions. I like it. I like it a lot. I think
Yeah.
I want to get us going here. I want to get a win under our belts,
Yes.
would be nice. But it is fun, and it's fun to play that game with other people. So I'm enjoying it. That's all. That's really all I've got. We've only played 2 sets. I mean, Tom. I was kind of giving Tom a hard time because like I was treating him as Mr. Nightreign, um, and acting as if like I didn't know it was it just to annoy him. But we got our sea legs. So
Yeah. Um, who do you like playing as right now? Because I like playing as the Birdman.
right, you're Birdman. I like the person with the bow, but I also like playing the person with the necromancer type character. I forget what her name, the Revenant or something. Revenant, I think. The Duchess I can't play as.
What is the
Um,
Revenant the one where you're doing the spawns?
yeah, the spawns.
Okay, I have a question for you. How are you doing with the magic? Because I tried playing with the wizard the first time.
It
Obviously,
doesn't
didn't know
cost
what I
that
was
much
doing.
magic to get those.
Oh, okay. Whereas for me, I was using constant
The
magic.
wizard is. I would never be able to play as that.
Neither.
I wasn't able to do it in Elden Ring.
Oh,
Like
okay.
regular. I was a brawler in Elden
Okay.
Ring regular. I was
I'm
not using
assuming
spells.
that you must need probably like special runes and stuff before you can make that character worthwhile.
Well, right, because in Elden Ring you would be able to like drink a magic potion to refill your meter, and I haven't seen those in Night Rain, so I don't. I'd have to do more research on the magic stuff and the FP in Night Rain because you're right. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing in the magic for Night Rain. So it seems like that's the hardest character to learn and then play as, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Tom basically said as much. I tried playing as it the first time I was playing. I mean, I
Mm,
would imagine I would do better right now with him,
yeah,
but like unless you pick up a weapon early on with that character, you're probably just boned, right? And then you're probably
yeah,
just constantly switching between using magic and your staff and shit the whole time. I don't know. I
yep,
want to play as a wizard. I wish they would make that a little bit like you could just make him less powerful and easier to use instead of
right,
harder to use and more powerful. Like they could, I don't know.
yeah,
It's just that they're cool. I want to use magic. It's
sure,
but I like
yeah,
my
yeah.
Birdman. He's got
Yeah, Birdman's cool.
I've been able to do so many recoveries of you guys, which has been clutch for
Yeah,
us actually getting through stuff because I have that instant respawn by doing the dive
r-
attack, which also heals you
right,
guys. So
right.
that's actually been super
Working
helpful.
out,
I don't usually like playing support
playing a
characters,
support
but
character.
someone has to.
Yeah,
In this
yeah, yeah,
game, someone has to.
yeah,
You like
totally.
we need a ranged person and we need a support character, and Tom has been like our ranged guy.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to playing next week when Tom is back. Um,
yep,
yeah, I do think they could explain the game a little bit better,
yeah, yeah. I agree. I
you
agree.
know, especially because it's almost like, what are you supposed to do? Um, hold on a second. I just got delivery. Let me just go grab it. It's probably might be my Pro controller. Nope, that's a bummer.
Oh, sorry.
Did you see did you see the thing about Walmart? What they were
No,
doing
what
with their so people when they were getting their Switches, it included a Coke and Pringles.
Oh, yeah, you guys send that in a text. That's amazing. I'll take a Coke.
I know. I feel like if I got that, I'd be like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'll take
All
a
right.
Coke.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not? Yeah. All
for
right.
sure.
I mean, I feel like it must eat into their margins. There's no way they make a ton of money off of these Switches.
No.
So, but hey, I'll take a Coke.
Hmm.
Who doesn't want one? It's disappointing. I was really hoping to have my Pro controller. Uh, we beat Split Fiction.
We did beat Split Fiction. We did beat it. Great game. Great
Yeah.
game. We did not beat the hardest hell level, Laser Hell. We'll get back to it though. We'll get
No, we'll
back.
get
We'll get
back to
back.
it. Yeah.
We'll get back.
We had to continue on because
Hmm. We
it
were
really
close
put
to
a
the end
damper on
anyway.
that game experience for us by
It
stopping
was
where we
putting a
did.
damp. It was putting a damper on it, and the game ended great. And there
Oh,
was
what a
one part
finale.
where, it was fantastic, fantastic game. I don't know if I mean game of the year. Blueprints is up there for me. So
Blueprints
I
would
don't know.
top it for me. I've never played anything like Blueprints.
Yeah.
Um, I really wish now I mean it's not on the Switch too anyway, but and I wouldn't necessarily want to redo everything I've done, but I kind of wish I could just play it on my Switch too.
Yep.
It's in my
No.
Steam Deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Sure.
yeah, it's a really good game. I mean, we also need to go back and redo everything because we have to get the achievements. Like
Right.
we missed a place where we sit. Like we only have
Hmm.
like half the achievements, so we need to
Yeah.
go
There's stuff we got to do. We got to get
do
back
some of
into that.
that. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I'm having a kid soon, so that's gonna.
That's also yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking Tuna
Okay.
when I get back
Okay.
from kid break, right?
Kid break. Yeah.
We just go back to the old. We go back to last year's challenge system, and we just make that what it was because we couldn't coordinate
Yeah.
the
Okay.
thing we wanted to do, which would have been very cool.
Would
And
have been cool.
maybe if we actually like maybe we will do that at some point. But we just go
Hmm.
back to the previous challenge. 'Cause you know what I also miss? I think the PowerPoints were fun.
The PowerPoint.
I think the punishments were fun. The
Oh,
PowerPoint
the
punishments.
PowerPoints. Yeah, the
Yeah,
PowerPoint presentations. Yeah,
yeah. So I think we just go back to the old challenges,
I
probably
agree.
like in August or whatever.
Yeah, whenever you
Once
come
I'm
back,
back from kid
we'll bring
stuff.
you back, and
Yeah,
we'll get back into it.
because that was like such a good new addition for year four. So I think before season four. So I think season five, it's gonna be just like a permanent new thing. Because I miss it.
Okay.
I miss the regular challenges.
Yeah, yeah, they
I
were fun.
miss how many new games we were playing all the time because we were putting each other like we've like taste tested less games this year. You know,
Hmm.
there would be new stuff on Game Pass that would load up, and I'd play a Game Pass game for like 4 or 5 hours that I might not have played.
Hmm.
Like, and it was fun. There's this new game. Fuck, what's it called? Um, it's a truck game. Have you seen this?
Truck game.
It's a truck. It's like, okay, so you basically using all these different trucks. It's got like the one for like paving and asphalt, one for gravel, one for digging. And the
No.
idea is like there's been a mudslide and a flood and like, this road is like closed off. So you have to like go in with the different trucks and like clear the road and like repave it and fit.
Hmm.
That would be such a funny thing to put a challenge in.
Yeah, I
And I
like
looked
it.
at that and I'm like, I would dick around in this
Hmm.
if we had like a fun reason to do it.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna like solo go screw around in it probably. And
Right.
so I was looking at Game Pass the other day thinking about that. I also I'm really hoping Microsoft just figures out a way to get Game Pass streaming on the Switch one day. Because
Pretty sweet.
I don't want to have, and I know I can do it on the Steam Deck, but it's like kind of cumbersome because it's not built in and it's like annoying.
Hmm.
I just want to have one. I don't want to have two. I don't want to have this and a Steam Deck. I just want to have
Right.
one thing.
Hmm.
And this is so powerful now that like I would imagine the vast majority of indie games are going to come to it.
Hmm.
Um, the previous one had, I think, become sort of an encumbrance for devs, and now this one will likely be powerful enough that it won't be an issue. But I mean, this thing's great. I want a reason to be on it all the time right now.
More. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of games that I
Mm-hmm.
haven't played through,
Mm-hmm.
like Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I never played Link's Awakening. I got those. I got the Donkey Kong remaster, so I'm going to be playing all of those.
Right.
Um, I'm going to go finish I'm going to do the DLC. I finished the first one, but I never did the second DLC in Pokemon.
Hmm.
Looks great, runs great now. A lot of people are going to be picking up the old Pokemon that they didn't pick up the first time, which
Right.
is funny.
That's a good point.
Um,
Sure.
yeah, yeah. Want to talk about a little bit of NEWS?
Sure.
You on the clock with your wife? She like, what are you doing down
Yep.
there? Talking about games?
Pretty much. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
What'd you
Pretty
tell her?
much.
What's the
I just sent him
timeline?
on the phone. I also do have the air conditioner guy coming for the
Why is she
tune-up.
home already?
The
It's only
summer.
well 3:30, I guess. Yeah.
What are you talking about? The summer
Oh,
tune-up guy
is
also
school
coming.
school out for summer?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Next week.
Does she do summer school?
No.
No. I mean, I'm gonna open with the biggest game announcement
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned. James
Hmm.
Bond 007 First
Oh yeah.
Light.
Did look cool. Did look really, really cool. Looked like a
D-
combo of Tom Cruise and Tom Holland character.
Yeah.
Um,
I looked up the
but
actor. Looks quite a bit like the actor. The hair looks different. So they definitely
okay.
gave him more of like Tom Cruise's like his different hair. The
Hmm.
actor actually played recently like a young Dexter Morgan on whatever that new Dexter show is.
Oh, okay.
Um the one of the other actors is from like Walking Dead and other stuff like that. Like they look like they're actors, which makes sense at this point with the way graphics are.
Right.
Did you notice the scar?
No.
Okay, so he's got a scar on the side of his face.
Okay.
This excites me for a very specific reason because
Okay.
I will say I wasn't nervous about this game because of who is making it. The Hitman games are really, really well made. I've been playing the VR one. It's so much fun. I'm really hoping this also comes to VR. And since it's gonna run on a Switch too, they should be able to port it to VR because there should be enough power for them to do that.
Hmm.
Um, but I wasn't sure like are they gonna is it gonna be like all action oriented? Are they gonna get the story right? So if you were to read the novels, like
Hmm.
what James Bond is based on, this he is very accurate to what like if you read the description of what James Bond looks like in the novels, it looks like this. And he's got the
Okay.
scar on his face, which
All
James
right.
Bond has in the books. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, interesting. Because you don't really have that in the movies, but you do
Right.
have it here. So
Uh-huh.
whoever is behind this is actually a fan of the source material. And if you're a fan of the source material, then
Yeah.
they're making a game more based on that than based on the films,
Right. Okay.
which I
Yeah.
kind of want because have you ever watched all of the James Bond movies?
Not all of them.
Okay. How many of the Roger Moores have you seen?
Oh, almost. I think maybe one.
Okay.
Maybe.
Highly recommend at some point when you're like looking for something to watch.
Hmm.
Go back and like rewatch, like you don't need to do it like straight through, but rewatch the James Bonds that you haven't seen.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that like Sean Connery, and I think that's just like a thing because like, he has gravitas as an actor. But the Sean
Hmm.
Connery James Bond is like the worst version of James Bond. He is the like when people think of James Bond and they get sort of an ick like about the character being like a womanizer asshole. That's the Sean Connery James Bond. That's not necessarily who actually like the James Bond character is. Roger Moore is a very different James Bond, is much closer to the source material. He's suave, and yes, like there's like some misogyny. It's made in the 70s, but it's not to the extent necessarily that you're getting with Sean Connery.
Okay.
Um, and the biggest difference between the two is he's a nerd, which James Bond is supposed to be smart,
Right.
right? Like he's
Right.
supposed to be well versed because he needs to be a spy. He needs to pretend to be people, which
Right.
like we know James Bond like gives his name out, but he's also supposed to go undercover and
Hmm.
so like the Roger Moore James Bond is like I'm like a marine scientist, like once, and he has like an incredible memory. He's able to look at documents, like memorize, and so like he's able to fake. And so there's a lot of that stuff in those movies. And the
Right.
Hitman games have all these things in them that aren't combat based, that are like finding information and you're like, sneaking around like undercover. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I think they're gonna do a very different James Bond game than we've ever had, but I think it's gonna be cool. I have high hopes for
Okay,
this in the same way that like I think that this could land as well as Indiana Jones landed.
good. I'll take it. Let's do
So
it.
yeah, very excited about it. Also looks fucking gorgeous. Like the
Hmm.
visuals looked unbelievable in this game. And it had a lot of locales. And they also did have like Bond in a boat, Bond in a car, where there's racing, which
Right.
well there was some concern. People were like, well, this company is like all of the games they've made, you're never in a car. There's no right. So it was like, are they gonna do that? Is it just gonna be Hitman with James Bond paint? But it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're making a James Bond as, James Bond game. So
Right. All right.
um gosh, I'm gonna pull up the state of play games because there were so many showed off. Let's just talk about the ones we cared about or thought were interesting. How about that Marvel game,
The Marvel game looks that was really the only one I wanted to talk about.
Token
And
Fighting
by talk
Souls?
about, I mean, yeah, it looked really, really cool. It looked just like Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z's
Yeah.
fighters. It was very, very cool. And I was like one of the only games in that state of play that I was like, oh, I really want to play this game. And it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
There were only a handful in that state of play that were a big deal for me as well.
Hmm.
Obviously James Bond was the other one. But this was like the big surprise. This was a surprise because we knew it was Marvel before we knew it was Arc System, like
Hmm.
before we knew what it was going to be. So when I saw Marvel popping up, I was like, oh, is this maybe Marvel Capcom or whatever? And then when we saw the art style and everything, I was like, fuck. You played a lot of Fighter Z, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. It was really good. So that's why I'm really excited
Yeah.
for this one.
Did it have a tag system in it like this seems to, where you
I
can
think
like,
it did. I can't remember I think it did.
okay, where you could like switch between characters and stuff? This seems like
Yeah.
it's like way more advanced because it's a 4v4 fighter, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked how anime everyone looked. I've never really seen like anime Iron Man, anime Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Captain
Anime
America
Iron
has a
Man
little
was
bit of an
cool.
All Might look to him,
Yeah.
like with his jacket and everything too, which I think is a cool look.
Yep.
Storm, yeah, that looks dope. I actually very excited for that. Not a lot that was announced that's actually coming this year, which I was hoping maybe for some like boom, coming soon kind of stuff, but that's
Right.
probably going to be Xbox on Sunday or later today, like
Hmm.
indies and third party games at Summer Games Fest.
Hmm.
I guess Borderlands is still coming this year. Um, I thought Final Fantasy Tactics looked great. I like tactics games. I'm not a Final Fantasy
Yeah.
guy, but I like
Right.
tactics, like grid-based RPG games. So I thought that looked really cool. Luminous. Luminous got your attention
Oh
because
yeah,
we,
Luminous. Yeah, reminded me of Meteos.
yeah.
Luminous, Meteos, little
So it's
Tetris music game.
exactly it's a rhythm-based kind of like Tetris game, which is what's cool about it. And dude, this is going to be in VR.
Let's do it.
It's
Gotta
PSVR
love
too.
VR. Yeah. No, I'm
Mortal
hyped.
Kombat Collection, that's cool. Like I'm sure Tom was popping off for Silent Hill. That's not for either of us.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I thought looked cool. I've never played that game. If I'm in a position where I'm not playing a bunch of other stuff, that's like something that I might consider. But Donkey Kong comes out like a couple weeks before that, and I feel like Metroid Prime's probably coming out shortly after. So I'll probably won't end up playing that game.
Hmm.
Um, okay. This game is the one I want to talk about. Sea of Remnants is
Oh
basically
yeah, the C
PlayStation's
game.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. It looked better than Sea of
It
Thieves.
looked better than Sea of Thieves. That being said, Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves is probably close to 10 years old, if not 10 years old now.
Is it really?
What year do you think it came out?
Oh yeah, I guess like 20
Like maybe
2017.
2017? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, wait. No, that's Steam. Hold on. Sea of Thieves X 2018. Okay.
Oh
So
wow.
it's
Okay.
not quite as old, but that's still, it's a much
Yeah.
older game, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they've had time to look at what Sea of Thieves did for sure and other
Yeah.
games like it. But not only does it visually look great, but it
Yeah.
looked like it had real combat.
Right. It looked like you could actually, yeah, the Sea of Thieves combat was not great.
It's the only problem with the game, but I think their whole idea was like, well, how do we make this not like an annoying game for like people that just want to like roam around and have fun?
Right.
So it's like, I don't think they took, I think they should have just been like, hey, we're gonna have casual servers where like things are chill, and then we're gonna have like the standard servers where it's
Right.
like, yeah, they should have figured out a better way to do that.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
that's why that game had no legs for us. Once we got over, manning our ships,
Right. It was done.
yeah. So I will absolutely, especially because by the way, it's like Sea of Thieves. Well, maybe that was only free because it was on Game Pass, but this is gonna be free to play. So like,
Hmm.
we'll at least try it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely. Always
the
down to try a free
Digimon
game.
game looked cool.
I think I missed that because I had to get
Oh,
up.
it looked good.
Okay.
It looked fun. And then the other one that I thought was like really cool was Ties of Tomorrow, which it's like a multiplayer story game. It was the one that looked like Waterworld, but with like everything was super vibrant, like Splatoon. And I say
Hmm.
Waterworld because I was going to say Mad Max on water, which is technically like Waterworld, but it was like, oh, there's these, like everything is fucking in water, and like here's like these people that have this resource and these people have this, and it's all corrupt, and we're going in and we're like stealing stuff and taking down guys. It looked cool. That looked like a very cool video game. I think we're going to play this one. I
Let's
hope.
do it.
I think and hope we're going to play that one.
Yeah.
Um, Hiragami looked cool. That's coming out this year. It's an indie game. It's an action adventure game, and it's all origami. So like it looked, I think you would look at this game visually and you would really like this. Like if this game was coming out on like Game Pass, you'd be like, I'm definitely playing it. So you'll
Right.
probably wait and see if people like it. But I actually
Right.
think like visually, this is the kind of thing you would really, really get into. Um, so yeah, I think Tuna, what you need to do now is after today, well, I guess you have
Hmm.
till next week because it's too late in the week to bid. But next week you're gonna want to submit drops and pickups for new games
Oh,
on
okay.
Fantasy Critic because there's gonna be a lot of new stuff announced.
Hmm.
So you can
Hmm.
drop stuff, pick stuff up. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to what stuff's announced at Summer Games Fest because as of right now, and it's probably because Red Dead Redemption, sorry, Grand Theft Auto was supposed to be
Yeah.
coming out. A
Right.
lot of stuff isn't coming till next year.
Right.
I wonder how many of those teams are mad that it got delayed to next year because they internally already delayed their games to next year because they were trying to avoid
Yeah.
GTA.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't know what's happening at Summer Games Fest, so we can't talk about it yet. So we are gonna tuck out early this week. I look forward to it. I mean, I look forward to seeing Tom either tonight or tomorrow during the weekend.
Hmm.
And then we'll talk. Tom will be back next week. We'll stream. We will talk about it all then. We'll all have been playing Mario Kart. We'll have tried out game chat. If you're in our Discord and you've got the Switch, let us know. Maybe we can, if not this weekend, I know because you can't do it, Tuna, but we should organize some Mario Kart. We
Yeah.
should get, some Mario Kart matches going online. I think that would be fun. So,
Let's do it.
Tuna,
Yeah.
this is the part where usually you leave us with some wisdom and summary of,
What are you
thoughts
talking
of the
about?
day. If you
Oh yeah, thoughts of the day. I was power washing outside. Was power washing the pavers. Got very muddy. It's a very dirty, stupid thing to do, but it's got to be done. Otherwise, it looks like shit. What else? I got the air conditioner guy coming. I got a call that he's going to be delayed. It's already 3:45. Where the fuck is he? How much later is this guy going to be? And yeah,
stay unranked.
suck it.